Hello, on to match day number 5 now on the Scottish Premiership. We have 3 people that got involved and did the predictions this time, so big thank you for that. I can tell you myself that I did absolutely terrible. But what we do is we'll go over last week's results, see what the scorelines were, see who scored the goals, see what the statistics look like, and then go over me, how Cavan Wright and how Tom O got on in this week's matches, and see how many points each person gets. Get points awarded based on the odds for the games. So the more favourable teams for the matches, the least points you get, because that's just how the odds work. If you have a big upset and you pick it, then you get rewarded by having more points involved. So that should make it quite a lot more interesting, as it gives an opportunity for people to catch up and opportunity to possibly pull clear, and just by the fact that you can see that picking results that's more likely to happen based on the odds instead of just picking the favourites all the time and getting your points awarded that way, like a point a game there. I think that's a better system, so make sure you get involved once again there and put in your predictions this time around. So last week's matches, starting off with St Mirren against Hamilton. St Mirren coming away 1-0 winners. Jonathan Obick scoring at 19 minutes in. 19 to 12 shots, 7 to 5 on target for St Mirren. The Celtic Aberdeen game was unfortunately postponed, as both Celtic and Aberdeen had the quarantine restrictions broken, and they had some players that had the COVID, and so the match was called off there, and they get back into action once again this time around. St Johnstone coming away 2-1 winners. Coming from behind as well too, Aaron Tishbola opened the score in 61 minutes in for Kilmarnock. Just 2 minutes later though, Millen got sent off, and St Johnstone with a very late fight back, first with David Witherspoon, 85th minute, and then Michael O'Halloran, 94th minute winner. 17 to 11 shots and 5 to 4 on target for St Johnstone. The new club, Dundee United, doing some impressive things this season, as they came away 2-1 winners this time round. They also came from behind. Ross County opened the scoring with Cole Donaldson, 29 minutes in. They didn't have a player called Ross they got on the score sheet this time round. Peter Paulett and Nicky Clark were the heroes for Dundee. 13 to 12 shots and 4 to 2 on target for them. And then we had 2 0-0 results. Firstly with Hibernian and Motherwell, 17 to 12 shots, 2 each on target in favour of Motherwell. And Livingston and Rangers dominated their chances, 23 to 2 shots, Bone ahead 3 to 1 on target, despite having 79% possession. So yeah, a few crazy results, unpredictable results this time around. So that meant me and Cavan Wright completely failed, and we got 0. That's right, 0 match predictions correct out of 5 games there. So no points for us this week. It was me leading the way at 24.27 points. Cavan Wright second place, 11.67. But we had a new person. We had Tom O. They made a comment that they're not great at predicting there, but they turned out to be quite fantastic this time around. Those crazy results managed to go the right way with a few of these matches, including St Johnstone against Kilmarnock, predicting St Johnstone to win. He predicted a draw between the Hibernian and Motherwell, and he also predicted Dundee to beat Ross County. So he got 2.88 for the St Johnstone win. He got 3.30 for the Hibernian win, so you get just over 3 1/3 points if you manage to pick a draw usually. And he got 2.7 for the Dundee United win. So at the end of the day, he's on the leaderboard. He's got 8.88, and you can see all of a sudden he's just 3 points behind Cavan White, and he just got involved for this particular match day there, and we're already 4 match days in. So that just shows how quickly you can just sprint up the leaderboard if you just pick the right teams or pick the right upsets on a given match day there. So what's going to happen this time around? Make sure you look out for the best value prices, not necessarily the favourable team. So I'll go over the head-to-head records that these clubs have had since 2005 there, using the fuzzballwebpoint.com website. And then go for the odds for the games and give my scoreline predictions. So make sure you stay focused and stay alert and see what you're going to side with this time around. So first up is St Johnstone against Aberdeen. 17 wins for Aberdeen, 13 wins for St Johnstone, and 13 draws. St Johnstone 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 games. That's 240 for St Johnstone, 3 butts for the draw, 2 butts 80 for Aberdeen. And Aberdeen, they only played 1 match so far, while other teams have played up to 4 games. So it's going to be interesting. They're going to come back out there and turn up, is what I'm working. I'm predicting Aberdeen with their fresh leads to come away with a 2-1 victory. Next match is Rangers against Kilmarnock. 27 wins for Rangers, 8 wins for Kilmarnock, and 9 draws. Past 4 games have seen 2 victories each though. It's $1.14 for Rangers, 7 butts for the draw, 13 butts for Kilmarnock. So it could be a good opportunity if you fancy that a draw is going to happen more than 1 in 7 times, or a Kilmarnock win to happen more often than 1 in 13 to get some good value of prices to go for the upset, as you only get 1.14 points if you go for the Rangers victory. They are at home here, and they are big favourites for a reason, so I am going to go for Rangers to get a 3-1 victory. Hopefully it's a short minor points, but you have the opportunity to get some major points if you feel brave enough. Next up is St Mirren against Ross County. 8 wins for St Mirren, 7 wins for Ross County, and 3 draws. Past 4 has also seen 2 wins each. 240 for St Mirren, 325 for the draw, 275 for Ross County. Going to go for a 1-1 draw on this match. Next up we have Motherwell against Hamilton. 15 wins for Motherwell, 12 for Hamilton, and 8 draws. Motherwell 3 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 games. Motherwell, big favourites here at $1.40, $4.20 for the draw, $6.50 for Hamilton. Motherwell haven't had a great season so far. They're down in 9th place there, 2 draws, 2 defeats. Well, for Hamilton, they lost all 3 games so far. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, as I want just over 4 points for this match. Next up we have Dundee United against Celtic. 30 wins for Celtic, 3 wins for Dundee, and there's been 12 draws. Celtic winning the past 7 matches. 11 butts for Dundee, $5.50 for the draw, and $1.20 for Celtic. I'm going to go for Celtic to win this game against the new promoted Dundee United side. Going to go for a 2-0 victory for Celtic as they return to action. Next up we have Aberdeen against Livingston. So Aberdeen in action once again here. Just to try and catch up those matches that they missed. So 6 wins for Aberdeen and a draw. The draw coming back in 2019. Aberdeen, $2.10, $3.40 for the draw, $4 for Livingston. And I got these odds on separate websites because for some reason the tab.co.nz website I used for these other games there didn't have that one displayed. So I used the kickoff.co.uk odds here. So just so you know. I'm going to go for Aberdeen to get a 2-0 victory. And last up, we've got 7 matches this time round. It is St Johnstone taking on Hibernian. 10 wins for St Johnstone, 9 wins for Hibernian, and 8 draws. Aberdeen 2 wins and 3 draws in the past 6 games. St Johnstone 288, 330 for the draw, 225 for Hibernian. Going to end it off with a win for Hibernian. Going to go for a 1-0 scoreline. So those are my predictions. Feel free to get involved, put your own thoughts, predictions down below there. And who's got the best odds this week in Scotland. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe.